Hey everybody, good to see you again. In the past video, we talked about children caught up in the storm. How do they become orphans? And we likened it to them being in the storm. And today we're just looking at what happens after the storm. So after the storm, in a forest, what do you see? Clear skies. Animals who were hiding are now coming back, rebuilding their homes. There's peace. Everything is getting back to normal, and there's still a lot of rubble, so there's still a lot of chaos that you can see, but we know that things are gradually coming back to normal, and there's a ray of hope because the sun is shining again. And I'd like to say that after the storm in the life of a child, there's certain decisions, critical decisions, that need to be made. And these decisions are very important because they can actually threaten the very existence of the child if they're not taken properly and with great consideration. Everything we do, we say, is always in the best interest of the child, or should be in the best interest of the child. So even in taking the decision of who gets the child, where does the child go, who are the stakeholders that are responsible for taking these decisions, very important after the storm. And I'm hoping that by just listening to the stories of some of these key stakeholders, you'll understand how important it is for community members and family members, when they're taking the decision to take this child to a place of safety or a place of permanency. And I believe that after the storm, there is always a ray of hope. And I'm hoping again, as we always say, that you would be that significant person that will be a lifesaver or a change maker in the lives of these children. And so I invite you to just pay attention to what the stakeholders are saying, people who've done this before, people who have taken this decision. That might inform your next step, or that might inform certain things that you will say even in your community. Remember, children do not belong in orphanages. They belong in loving and safe, nurturing family settings.
Hi everyone, my name is Orphan and I'm glad to be here on Orphan Care with SDC. Today we're talking about after the storm. What really happens after the storm? Generally, every child deserves to be in a family, but life happens and children find themselves in orphanages. So what people who run orphanages do is that they just ensure that they create some level of stability when children move from their communities into orphanages, to just have some level of relaxation after a storm. And just that's how orphanages come into support after the storm. Generally, for us at Kingdom Kids, and from my experience working in orphan care for the last 10 years, what is it that we're able to do after the storm? We just try to ensure that children are in safe spaces to be able to become what God intends for them to be. And how do we do this? We do this by ensuring that every child who comes in or is referred to the orphanage, that we have a proper case management for the child. We work on it by a case-by-case basis, where every child has a different plan. So no two children have same plan, whether they are siblings, because they have different levels of growth and different levels of development. Over the years, we've continued to grow and learn new practices on how to ensure that every single thing we do is for the best interest of the child, because we know, we believe, and we've seen that every child deserves a family. So the plan is to first create a safe space and ensure the child has stability, and to support them until they can find a loving family. And this family can be their biological family, an adoptive family, a foster family, or just a guardian who will be there and just be their support after the storm.
My name is Vivian Ebere Abara, the CEO for Peace Advancement, Action Against Violence and Rape Foundation, and the State Coordinator for NACTAL, Network Against Child Trafficking, Abuse and Labor. I'm a frontline rescue worker that puts the 3R into my work: rescue, rehabilitation, and reintegration. And most of the times we're called from communities about abandoned children, displaced from conflict, and also children that are going through domestic servitude in their homes. When we are called, the first thing we do is we pick up this child. First of all, attend to the child. If the child needs medical attention, we take the child to a medical facility, and after that we try to see if they have nutritional gaps. We try to close in those gaps, and then we now try to see, does the child have parents? Do they have relations around, even if it's not within the state, people we can contact? And when we do all of this, we're not able to get where the child will stay. Sometimes we get, but the place is not safe for the child. So the next thing we do is we look for shelter homes where these children will be able to go through psychosocial help and support. So the first thing we do, we try to contact relations if they have any, but even if they have, we try to see, is it a place the child will be comfortable to stay? We pay and bring them here. The attitude and the body language of the child tells us this child does not want to go here. Then the next thing we do, we know that children cannot give consent, but their feelings matters, so we try to withdraw them, want to know, okay, why don't you want to go there? Sometimes some of them will tell you, some will not tell you, but we always look out for their body language. And when we're satisfied that the child needs help, we have referral mechanisms, referral pathways. We now look for organizations that have shelter homes, orphanages, and homes where we could keep them and we know that they are safe.
You like what you're hearing, or you simply just want to know more, please like, follow, and share this content. Don't forget that every child deserves a loving family. Until next time, this is Orphan Care with SDC.